the last canal where the gaslights hissed. We gathered that night in a room gone still. No promise of glory, no comfort of home, just a map on the wall and the scratch of a pen. Doc with the revolver and the law in his hand, Hafiz with a notebook trying hard to understand. Thomas in red patterns where the others saw dust. Phoebe kept the ledger and did what she must. Then the 10:15 cut the morning clean, bound for Parhoon and what lay between, where the ledgers aligned and the dockman knew how to measure a man by what he'd come through. Cipher at the margins like a code in the grain, said Mars writes in layers through water and stone. Below British stone and the working lock, something older was waiting and stirred below. 2 degrees east and the dial ran wrong, a hum in the bones like a half-heard song. Not settling, not failure, not where, not chance, but an old buried hand still moving below. Oh, Mars remembers what the Empire forgets. What's written in water is not finished yet. We came for the answer, got burden instead, a question in stone from the long ancient dead. No hero, no savior, no crown, no plan, just the nerve to decide when no one else can. And when the dust answered and the old lines woke, we learned the world can judge through the things it broke. Up the stair, through the ledger to terrace height, 7 stones in a circle in the failing light. Tal said you climb through record, now stand and judge. And the dead dry basin became a court. Then brought the case from the basin below, held out the evidence plain in its flow. 20,000 years speaking without a tongue, and the seal at the center still waiting unsung. Half his red stress in the joints and seam, Thomas in made the shape of the thing they'd seen. Cipher heard grammar in the lay of the land, Dark asked who had the right to make this stand. Phoebe saw the instant delay turn cost, when silence itself became something lost. And Mars gave no mercy, no certain sign, only judge what remains of a dwindling line. 2 degrees east and the old heart turned, for every wrong question a lesson burned. No clean solution, no final defense, just low in the dust and a living consequence. Oh, Mars remembers what the Empire forgets. What's written in water is not finished yet. We came for the answer, got burden instead, a question in stone from the long ancient dead. No hero, no savior, no crown, no plan, just the nerve to decide when no one else can. And when the dust answered and the old lines woke, we learned a world can judge through the things it broke. Then came Falcon Raft down from a German sky, with his careful step and his scholar's eye. Too late for the choosing, in time for the claim, with an airship above and a notebook of names. But Doc drew a boundary no flag could own, said no empire would take what the dead had shown. And Phoebe wrote it down while the basin stood still, like a line cut in paper by another will. Then the deep ground answered from the western lane, a river of dust through the dust again. Hail went pale and asked what we had set loose. Half he said a system and we had to choose. Turn it back, stand fast, pretend we never knew. Then said that too is judgment, choose. So we stood by the verdict, though it shook the land, and called it dumb because done had to stand. Oh, Mars remembers what the Empire forgets. What's written in water is not finished yet. We came for the answer, got burden instead, a question in stone from the long ancient dead. No hero, no savior, no crown, no plan, just the nerve to decide when no one else can. When the dust answered and the old line spoke, we learned a dying world is not a world done for. The judgment was taken, the record was made by the law in the basin. the touch of a hand.